everyone. This video will explain how to effectively go through problems in Math 140 or Calculus 1. And this first problem says, let g of x equal 2x cubed plus 3x squared minus 12x plus 5. Find the maximum and minimum values of g in the intervals 0 to 2 and label them carefully. The first thing you should do in a problem is write all of the things you know. So any specific values, variables, or equations that are laid out in the problem description should be written here. So for this problem, you would write g of x equals 2x cubed plus 3x squared minus 12x plus 5. And those are all the specific variables and values and equations you know. So that's all you need to do for your notes. Next, you should write everything that the problem descriptions asks for you to solve. So for this problem, you want to find the maximums and minimums of g that are in the interval of 0 to 2. So the next step you would take for a problem is writing your assumptions. So this could be a specific type of equation that the problem asks for you to use within the problem to get the answer, or it could be something that the problem mentions that you should ignore or pay attention to. This step is helpful to make sure you take all of these things into account while completing the problem. This problem doesn't really have any of those things, so this step can be skipped. The next step is to solve the problem. Once you solve the problem and you have your answer, make sure it's formatted in the way that the problem asks for. It could be, for this problem, for example, it wants you to write whether the value or values you found are minimums or maximums, and what the value of g is at those points. This means you would write min or max, and then you would write what the value of g is, so g of whatever your x value is at that min or max. And then you would write your answer. To make sure the person grading can easily find your answer, put all of it into a box. And that's how you do a problem in a problem set. So here's a second example. This problem says, a rectangle with sides parallel to the x-axis and y-axis and symmetric with respect to the y-axis is to be inscribed in the ellipse x squared over 4 plus y squared equals 1. Find the maximum possible area A of the rectangle. First, just like the last problem, you want to write your knowns. So for this problem, you know that the ellipse's equation is x squared over 4 plus y squared equals 1. All right, and that's your only equation, so you can move on to what you need to find. So this problem asks for you to find the maximum possible area, A, of the rectangle. And that's the only thing it asks for, so you don't need to write anything more in your find. Now this problem does have assumptions. This problem mentions that the rectangle's sides are parallel to the x and y axes, and they're symmetric with respect to the y-axis and the rectangle is in the ellipse. Those are all your assumptions. So now you have everything ready to solve the problem. Once you've solved everything, write down your answer. This problem doesn't have units, but you should always figure out if a problem asks for units or not, because you could lose points if you neglect to write units if a problem asks for units. So, once you write your answer, box your full answer, and you're done.